Okay, so I'm trying to put some dialogue together.
Let's talk about where it all started. So Tuesday night, got to the airport. Well, I dropped my car off at the Doubletree Hotel, and they had a $3 parking there, and a free shuttle to the airport. So I just drove in the snow and ice all the way to the airport. I happened to catch an Uber halfway up there, paid $18 in the snow, and she left her shoes in the car, so I got an extra $20 for that, I think. I don't know, I haven't checked it, see if it really came through or not. So
I made it to the airport in the storm, and I was a little worried about today. I've been driving around all day in this weather ever since it started misting about 6:30 this morning, and the roads froze over like a sheet of ice, and then it started snowing, and the city was doing the best it could to keep the roads manageable, but mostly Main Street was really good. Other than that, it was a sheet of ice everywhere, but got through it. Oh, well, found me a spot to sit down here on the bench by the window, and I'm just chilling, waiting for the boarding call. So, yeah, I'm a little tired. Worked all day. Maybe I can sleep on the plane since I got my donut.
So I was there, and the plane was late, and when it finally ended up leaving, it pushed away from the gate 30 minutes late, and then we sat for an hour to get de-iced. Now, I thought about de-icing when I was sitting in the plane looking out the window. I took pictures, and it didn't look like there's any ice anywhere. But I'm sure they don't just de-ice an airplane for no reason, because it's not cheap, right? So we got the plane de-iced, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, I'm gonna miss my flight in Denver. What's gonna happen? Well, I guess it's gonna be an adventure to see how it goes. So I get to Denver, and the captain's talking over the intercom saying, hey, I know some of you guys there are a bunch of connecting flights on that plane, and a lot of them missed their flight. And so I got off the plane, and they said, go to the customer service desk. So the customer service desk had a huge long line, like an hour wait. So I got in line for about 5 minutes. I said, screw this. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Wait, it's about 11 o'clock. And I'm like, the line's not going to get much longer because not too many more flights coming in. So I walked down and I walked back, and the guy that I was standing behind was halfway to the service desk. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get in line. So I get in line, and halfway through the line, I go on XAI, I go on Grok, and I asked Grok, first I went on YouTube and I said, hey, what do you do if your plane is canceled and all this other stuff? They said, well, you need to contact customer service, but you don't have to wait in the line. You can call. So I went on Grok AI and asked them what the phone number was for Frontier Airlines, and they gave me the customer service phone number within, it's like 10 seconds. Grok AI, if I tried to search on Google, it would have given me all these commercials. Everything's ranked. You know, they want to send you to all these different places to siphon off your search, but the artificial intelligence gives you the facts. So Grok gave me the number. I called the number, and within 10 minutes, I had my flight rescheduled for the first available flight, and I was watching the guy that I was standing behind, and he wasn't even up to the front counter yet. So I rescheduled my flight before he even got up there to reschedule his. I don't know what flight he's rescheduling, but that's neither here nor there, right? So I continued to stand in line until I got up to the front, because the customer service guy told me, he said, you can, I can't give you a food voucher over the phone because your flight, it would cause you to miss your flight. So, but the people at the counter can. So I waited in line, got my $10 food voucher, and once I did that, I went and asked him. I said, "All right, where's the best place to sleep in this airport?" And the guy's like, "Above McDonald's." So it's like the third floor. It's really cold there. You have to walk outside on the snow and up this ramp thing to get on planes where Frontier boards. So I walked half a mile back to the middle where the trains connect everything. I guess Denver's a very vast airport. So I went upstairs and found this area that seemed all closed off, and there were some people tucked off in corners all sleeping and stuff. It's like, okay, this is where I'm going. It was warm. It was quiet. As quiet as it can be for an airport, because they always come on once an hour. If you leave your bag you got to keep your bag with you all the time, or else we're going to throw it in the garbage and you're going to be a terrorist. All this stuff like that. Exaggeration, but you get the point. So yeah, I slept through a lot of that, and I couldn't find a place to sleep because all of their benches they have armrests, so you're not allowed to sleep on them. They don't want you laying on them, so they put these steel armrests on there. So I pushed 2 benches together, and it left about 2 feet between the 2 benches where I could lay down between the armrests, and there's a big crack in the middle. So I was kind of sleeping in a crack, and I tossed and turned all night, but I did get some sleep. And so I got up, went and had some McDonald's, activated my voucher, and you have to use your card and they reimburse you or something. And so anyway, I went ahead and spent $13 because it's a $10 voucher, and I want to get all of my stuff. I should have got coffee, but I didn't do it, and I'm still suffering from that. But after breakfast, I went and charged my phones and fiddled around on YouTube and whatever, and waited for my flight to come. So a flight comes, and I get on the plane, and there's no issues with that. We got to Las Vegas on time. The flight that I had to rebook to, or they rebooked me on because I missed my flight because of delay, was actually a more expensive flight because it arrives in Las Vegas at a more desirable time, 11 o'clock in the afternoon instead of midnight, right? So that happened, and I got off the airport, and I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, I've been here a bunch of times. How do I do this? Where do I go? I couldn't recognize anything. And then I got outside where the rental car shuttle was, and I was like, okay, I remember this shuttle. So I got shuttled over to the rental car place, and then I guess the rental car company that I used was I was using trying to find the cheapest of the cheap, right? And I get to the rental car shuttle place, and then I have to take another shuttle from the rental car shuttle to the cheap of the cheap, Ace rental cars. And I get there, and so when I booked my rental car, they wouldn't let me pay for it, which I feel like that's intentional because it was $100 and for my rental car, and I wanted to pay for it. I had the money, I had my cards, I was paying for everything at the time, but they didn't give me the option. So I get there. They said, "Oh, yeah, you didn't show up for your reservation, so here's a $250 SUV." And I'm like, come on, you got to do better than that. So they got me a $200 Dodge Charger. So instead of being a $100 cheapo Toyota Camry, they got me this Dodge Charger for twice what I was going to pay. So they upsold me and screwed me out of that. So lesson learned, always pay for your reservations in advance, if at all possible, so they can't upsell you and say, "Oh, your car's not here. Sorry. Here we go. Oh, this is all we have." So that happened. Got my car, took videos that are on the outside of it, make sure, and then drove to the hotel. And I'm trying to find a place to park, and the hotel is like $20 to park from 0 to 24 hours. So I was thinking, okay, I pull in here for 1 hour, it's $20, and then if I pull back in here, it's another $20. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I drove around the Uber stand and around the front of the lobby and everything, and then I found some parking right by the casino or whatever for people that are staying at the hotel. And so I pull in there, and it's like, okay, $20. It's going to cost me at least $20. And then I went and checked in, and the check-in went just perfect. I forgot to tell you that, yeah, they charged me a $300 deposit on the car. and $100 deposit on the hotel, which is fine. But yeah, got to keep that in mind if you're doing this, whatever. So I got my keys and everything, and I was supposed to check in. I paid for 3 days, but I'm only utilizing the Excalibur for 2 days, so I lost a day of hotel stay because my flight was delayed, and also my traveling companion, he broke his tooth, so he couldn't come, and it might be a blessing in disguise. I don't know. He wakes up at 2 and 3 in the morning and goes to sleep at 6 p.m. and he can't walk much more than 2 miles. So I don't know. We would have had a good time. I know that for sure. And but I'm sad he's not here. And he lost his part of the trip, and it was non-refundable. And anyway, so sorry to get a little sentimental, but so what I'm trying to say is it's all costing more than they want you to think it costs. Unless you pay in full at the time you book it, you don't know what the full price is going to be, and it's Las Vegas, so everything's expensive. But on the way from the car rental place to the hotel, I did stop and get some beverages and some food, so I'm stocked up. I'll need to get 1 or 2 more meals, but I need to exercise and lose a little weight anyway, so I probably don't need to eat anything besides what I have, but I probably will. And yeah, but the casino looks like a casino, and nothing is standing out to me. Nothing's making me excited. I don't want to gamble. I didn't bring any money to gamble. I didn't plan to gamble. If I wanted to gamble, I'd go lose money in Oklahoma. So there's no point in coming here to lose money. I don't gamble. So I'm in the hotel room now. I've got all the stuff out of the car. I'm contemplating what to do, and the videos from now on are going to be what I ended up doing. So I think exercise is important. I'm going to get some of that. And getting a good night's sleep, I'm going to get some of that. And I'm going to get some adventure tomorrow. I'll probably get up really early and do it. So let's go take more pictures. Come on now. Who's with me?